What is up, winning team? Today we are here to talk about why it's not good to make an enemy. It's not good to become somebody's enemy, okay? Because, we're going to talk about that from a personal perspective, but also from a God perspective. Because one thing I've been realizing with the Bible, and I've also realized it in my own life, because I'm kind of in a bit of a season like that myself now, is it's so unwise to make yourself somebody's enemy intentionally, right? Especially because when you're dealing, say, like with the Lord has to retaliate. That's the problem. So you see what we're seeing in the world right now in all these in this season, and how slowly but surely I feel like I can feel the build up. I feel of breakthrough, like positively for those of us on the winning side, but negatively for those on the losing side, because they thought they were so comfortable feeling like they were getting away with anything and everything that they really didn't foresee what is coming for them. Right. And this is the problem when you make somebody your enemy. So I was been thinking about this, because now I've decided to double, triple down and to start showing off about things like the person that everybody's always thought I was. Right. But I'm realizing in the little details how people making me their enemy is actually what set me up to be here. That's what's the funniest part. And this is how it happens with winners in life always. If you create a force of resistance against somebody, it only works if that person can't handle that force. And you better make sure the force you're putting out, you can handle on its way back to you when that happens, because that's inevitable, right? And so that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing a lot of people in the world who are just used to, especially the weak men and women over the all the losing side, right? We're seeing a lot of them who are so comfortable getting away with things. They were so comfortable being a headache to everybody, right? I often think about this when I think about Karens. I think to live in that level of delusion where you are that stressful to everyone and you're just so okay to just like go to sleep at night is unbelievable to me. It's unbelievable. And I'm going to do a specific video talking about sleep in a second, about how Jezebel doesn't sleep, right? So here's the thing. It pays to make somebody your enemy if you can outdo them. I'm thinking of Pharaoh and God, right? Which again, it's so funny how so much is centered around specific Bible events. I don't know. Noah's Ark, the leaving of Egypt, which again, why did Moses' generation not make it to the promised land? Because of so many different things that we're talking about. But let's look at something that God actually says to Joshua as they're about to enter, because this tells us everything about the difference of what was needed to get the job done, right? To get the job done. So let's head over to Joshua, because I think this is important, because this is what I think that the losing side doesn't realize. And I think if you're on the winning side, if you can hone in on this, if you can hone in on like endurance. Why does the Bible talk so much about endurance? Keep enduring. Don't give up. You're the one who's expected to have faith to the very end. That's what God expects of us, because it's always at that point that the Lord is going to step in, because it's always at that point when the pride of the enemies is at its peak. So while their destruction is along the way, guess what other scripture I've been thinking a lot about? How the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. I don't know about y'all, but listen, I'm here for this. I'm here for this. I've decided I'm exiting that curse of Adam nonsense. We're living like this world and living with the same issues as the world. Yeah, we're not doing that. So anyway, listen to what God says to Joshua. In Joshua 1:5, no man shall be able to stand before you all the days of your life. Just as I was with Moses, so I be with you. I will not leave you nor forsake you. Be strong and courageous, for you shall cause this people to inherit the land that I swore to their fathers. Only be strong and very courageous, being careful to do according to all the law that Moses my servant commanded you. Do not turn from it to the right hand or to the left, that you may have good success wherever you go. Be strong and courageous. It's almost as if like that advice is like corrective to what went wrong before, because I've said to you guys before that I find it fascinating which scriptures that we're happy to quote like the back of our hands as believers. But we're talking about in the book of Revelation. Let's go there just so that you guys can have the reference. In the book of Revelation, when the Bible describes being a coward as a sin, nobody want to talk about that. And that's because everybody wants to give themselves excuses. That's what losers do. So I'm saying losers, they can't handle what they dish out. That's the funniest thing about it. especially to me, because I'm thinking, wow, I'm looking at so many things that I went through. And basically, the only reason I'm here is because I could handle what other people couldn't, that they were the ones even doing the dishing of. So when now I'm actually standing and now I'm still here and now I'm still pushing and you're surprised, because I can see the look of surprise. I can feel the energy of surprise for so many people that I made it this far. And I get it, because it was hell. They know the hell they put me through all throughout my life. So yeah, it does shock people when I make it to the other side and they're like, really? You're still this? You're still this? I'm like, yep. Anyway, Revelations 28. Listen to it. 21 verse 8. But as for the cowardly, the faithless, the detestable, God has just connected cowardliness with faithlessness with being detestable. Yeah. Because it's a cowardly thing as well to come up against somebody else when you have your own damn life that you need to live, that you need to focus on. You need to focus on your damn self, because this is one of the things I was thinking is how all this backfired, because everybody's been so busy enjoying the comfortabilities of support systems and having people that listen to you and have your back and relationships. The only thing I've had to do is win, because it's not like I'm allowed in anywhere. It's not like I've got the support of the Jew, the sheeple. It's not like I've got, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, what else am I going to do? I'm just going to focus on myself. I've been forced to. That's what I'm saying. It's funny. It's funny now, because now I can do whatever I want, because now I'm healed and whole and happy. I'm delivered. I'm close with the Lord as well. I'm hella close with the Lord. The Lord's blessings are on the way. The Lord's basically telling me all the time, what do you want? What do you want to do in this life? What do you want to be? So I'm saying it backfired. It backfired. And now you're scared now, because some of us, because we were so happy to be telling everybody's business to the world, right? Throughout my life, so happy to be slandering on my name. Some of you, let's see the skeletons come out of your closet. Let's see what happens to the Jew, the sheeple. Yeah, you might have thought you won in the first half. As for the murderers, the sexually immoral, sorcerers, idolaters, and all liars, thank you, their portion will be in the lake that burns with fire and sulfur, which is the second death. So isn't that funny that we don't talk about that scripture? Isn't that so interesting that this is the scriptures we don't be talking about? We stay loving to bring up certain scriptures and not bring up others. And again, the only person, this is what I'm saying, when people come up against you, this is one thing I've realized that losers don't get in life. When you try to go against like a person, so we're seeing this happening right now with David and Saul. Everything that Saul is doing by fixating and becoming consumed with this hatred towards David is only setting David up better. Every single thing he is doing is only setting David up better for one reason alone, even if nothing else, but for many reasons. And that is, when you make an enemy of God's child, you've made an enemy of God. Because now he's there. See, the scripture's talking about the Lord's, he's there with the brokenhearted. I was listening to a message earlier. She was talking about that, how God is there with the brokenhearted. He's there with the weary. You know what I mean? So all these tears I've been crying all these years, every single time I've asked the Lord to let me die and why I have to be here and why this life was forced upon me. Oh, do you think that the Lord wasn't paying attention and wasn't thinking? Do you think when the Lord was looking at his people as slaves in Egypt to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh is sitting there feeling comfortable as anything, right? Running whatever, thinks he's he's doing his big one, yeah? Do you not think that God looked upon the affliction of his people? Do you not think that God was watching how much Pharaoh thought he could get away with? See, the scary thing about God and him, the fact that he doesn't have to rush to do things and he does things in his own time, is a lot of times he's giving time for everybody to just clarify exactly which team they want to be on. Like, just make your decision, just like Cain and Abel. If anything, that's basically what our lives are about. You just take your time and you just clarify with me which team you want to be on. Just know you're going to pay the consequences of your actions. So every single day you wake up and you choose to be the same bitter, jealous, vindictive person. Every single day you wake up and you decide to defend badly, ungodly behavior to the sake in the world, knowing that you're not making the effort. That's going to be on you, bud. I don't know why everyone likes to act as if God is so unjust. And this is what I'm realizing, it's just the quick deciphering of the difference between the winning men and women of us over here and the losing men and women, because they're actually just the problem. I made a video about this yesterday, and again, I haven't uploaded it yet because I was feeling nervous, but I'm going to upload it now because I realize it has to be up and I need to just start uploading them and stop second guessing myself because it's so obvious at this stage, right? And I was saying how I've realized it literally just is a separation of men and women, like good versus bad. It's literally just that. It's literally that. That's all that it is. So when we cut, this is why for us at the winning team, listen, I'm really working on how I can cut out the losers from access as much as possible, yeah? If we like let them be over there, they're gonna be their destructive selves. Those men over there are gonna be the unsafe men of the world, the feminine ones, the ones that are just angry and all this. The ones that outdo certain behaviors, which I feel like certain behaviors as men, even if you defend it, it actually doesn't give masculinity, even though in your head you think it is. It actually looks more like you look like a pathetic little slave. Similar with women. Listen, sway every jury of every sheeple. Go and sit comfortably. The numbers of times I've had to be the one watching from outside the club because I can't get in, and I'm seeing women comfortable in these situations where they've taken over, where they're controlling everything. People are literally hating their lives and staying around these kinds of women. It's insane to me. Like, you and your kids are looking sick. The whole community is all at the mercy of this one woman. But she's the one we tolerate, but I'm the one who's critiqued. And thank you so much for the critique, because actually a lot of it has been constructive and has helped me to become a better person. So I'm saying, I was always going to have the last laugh. God is always going to have the last laugh. That's why this channel, it's so funny that I started calling this channel The Winning Team, right? As an impulsive decision that you guys were there for one day when I was crashing out about how annoying social media is, being overproduced and everything, but not actually offering any value these days. Next thing you know, I'm just pursuing my relationship with the Lord, and I damn near am the ultimate winner around here. Well, damn, thank you. So this video has been sponsored by the losing team. Thank you guys so much for all your hard work, helping me to strengthen myself. Because that's why I don't feel negative, I don't feel bad. I don't feel any way about how my attitude comes across. Because it's like, I'm here because I did what others could not do. And you guys are the ones who put it onto me. Listen, guys, when I look back at my life, do you know what I wish I would have done differently? A few things. Number one, not go to university at all and just save my money, particularly my electric piano. I would have just stayed in the job I was in. I was quite happy as a sports advisor at Decathlon. I loved it. I was on the fitness department. I got to carry all the machines, got to carry the weights. I got to, on the job, it was so much fun. I would have just stayed there. No one ever had to know my name. No one ever had to know my face. I've not even been interested the last 4 years, right? I've been being convinced by the guys now to consider things like children and all of that, and marriage, because they keep asking me about it, but I'm not even interested. I'm not one of these women who's praying on my knees fasting for 21 days for a husband. And yet I feel like I've got a whole catalogue I can just choose from. I'm like, which one do we want? Do we want one from here? Do I want to live here in the world, or do I want to live there? Do I want to live here, or do I want to live there? Do I want to go for a younger dude who's probably less mature and less wise, but maybe has a lot more stamina? Do I want to go for an older dude who's more interesting to talk to and has life experience and probably a lot more self-control within just so many different aspects? Do I want to learn this language, or do I want to learn that language? Do I want to full send my experience of being in the UK and become like a proper, marry a lovely British guy? Or do I want to just flip the whole script and go to Japan and go be this Japanese dude? Dude, there's even guys who I've met. There's guys who are like, hey, I've seen that you travel. Next time you're in such and such, I'd like to take you out. Not to mention the winning. It's like I have so many goals of so many things I can do and so many gifts and talents that the good Lord gave me. Even this guy yesterday was telling me, or the day before, oh, he was looking at my legs. You can tell that I was once an athlete. I've been thinking about that, because if you guys really want to know the things I would do, I'm not going to say what it is, but there's a particular sporting event I feel like trying. But I'm also like, do I just become really get into the singing thing and that completely consume me? Hey, the heck, do I take a complete career turn? Because how many times have I done that before and just go to, I literally can do whatever I want to do. because the jury of the sheeple shut me out and were off with Jezebel while everybody was doing love and relationships and friendships and all that. I was here working on myself. And I was here getting close to the Lord. Listen, winner over here. I can have whatever I want, realistically speaking. I can have anything. That's why there's nothing in the world that's tempting me at all. Because I already know anything that I want, I can have. Because why? Because of how close I am with who? The one true living God. Oh yeah. And because of how I fought and I've stayed true to myself, I've done my best. Doesn't mean I've been perfect. None of us have ever been perfect. That's the whole point. This is why when people try to act like, hey, you think of this, I'm like, who the heck thinks that about themselves? And if that's how you think about yourself, you're delusional. I'm the first to tell you, listen, I do all this work because I'm like, I ain't got time to be drama, gossip, jealousy, this, that, and the third, because I got so many things within myself I need to work on. I got so many things within myself that need correcting. So why have I got time to be correcting somebody else? That's why the Bible says, again, we quote these scriptures, but for what point? Before you take out the splinter in your brother's eye, take out the plank in yours. Why do you think he says that? Do you stop to think this is actually a plank in your eye, or do you just know the scripture? This is, you see, and like, so anyway, I'm just saying, like, I'm showing off these days now. Yeah, I'm showing off. Because now I can do whatever I want. Whatever goal I have, I want to do. Whatever career, whatever even man at this point, almost. I could have them if I wanted them. The other things that other people are so breaking their backs about. So of course I'm just having a good time. I'm just having a whale of a time. I'm just here being an obedient daughter of the Lord. And that's what's different. You see how I could be getting caught up in all these things? Instead, have you noticed what is still my number one priority? The work of God. Do you think I want to be here? Do you think I want to be doing this? Do you think that these videos make me comfortable? They make me so uncomfortable. I don't like talking about this stuff because I feel like it's a waste of time in this loveless world. And I feel like it's a waste of time with the jury of the sheep that always gets swayed, but that always gets deceived. But why am I here? Well, because I love the Lord and he's doing everything for me. So I've got to do my part of the team. You see what I'm saying? It's a type of love you guys don't even know about. This is called sacrificial love. I don't have to be doing this. But hey, if it's going to make God happy and if it's going to further his work, then yes, I'll have to be courageous. I'll have to choose courage. I'll have to choose strength. I have to choose endurance. I'll have to choose not slandering on people's names and doing these things and being a liar and all these things. Because according to what we just read in Revelations 21:8, yeah, this is detestable. It's detestable. So no, me doing all this, it's not fun and games. I never wanted to be on social media. Again, it's only because of a man who told me that, oh, if you're going to be doing what you want to do in this life, the best thing for you to do is put your face out there and do it with your face. One of my mentors. And I was like, because he's one of those people that is highly pragmatic businessman and extremely successful in all areas, I took his advice because I was like, you know what, fine, I don't want to. I don't want to put my face out there. I don't want to put my voice out there because the jury of the sheep are brutal, right? They're brutal. They're absolutely brutal. I'd rather not. But the heck? And so you see, when I'm here suffering for the sake of the kingdom, do you think that God isn't here looking and watching and the other people taking their time, enjoying themselves, thinking that they're getting away with heinous behaviors, whether it's to me or whether it's to you, lovely folks? And you think he's not going to then intervene? You missed it. And it's crazy because I've had times in my life where I've noticed really ugly behaviors within myself and like how I've treated people or how I've hurt them. And as a result, I've actually stopped and thought and regrouped myself and really thought about it. That's why since I was in a relationship, it's been a very long time. This was years ago. People wonder, like, you've been single for a long time. I'm like, I know, because I've got to work on myself. Do you know how much data I got of things within me that I didn't like, irrespective of how things ended or why they ended? I realize there's a lot of things I never want to see from myself ever again. And again, that's what's funny, because meanwhile, other people are just busy praying to the Lord for everything that you want God to give you so that you can go and terrorize somebody else. Change yourself first. Focus on changing you. Like, why are we all so ready to just go and ruin other people? That's the other thing. Why are we so comfortable to just go and ruin other people? Oh, this is what I want for me. I want for me. I want for me. What about what that other person deserves? So I'm saying, like, sometimes I think, when it's men and women, especially because, again, like, I hate the subject area, but hey, this is where the Lord brought us and I'm being obedient. But like, I'm like, you're praying for the man of God, you're praying for a woman of God, but are you even the man or woman of God that they deserve? Why is God gonna take you and give him to one of his trusted precious kids for you to come and bring all of your worldliness, Jezebelicness, and whatever's with you? Why the hell? Why the helly? Literally, why the helly would the Lord do that? It's hella helly. Why would he do that? Why would he take the hard work? Like, this is why I get it. Why would he take the people who've actually put in the time and the effort to improve themselves and come and give them to one of you buffoons, you riffraff? Maybe you need to de-riffraff yourself. Yeah, you might have been brought out of Egypt. Maybe Egypt's still in you. And you better buckle up because you better not make it out of the promised land. Listen, some of us are making it out. I don't care. I don't care what anybody has to say. I'm making it out of the promised land, and whoever wants to be with me there is going to be there. We're into the promised land, sorry, but we're making it out of the wilderness. We're making it out. This curse of Eve, curse of Adam could not be me. I'm not living like it anymore. I'm not living like it. I'm not accepting it. Because why should I? I've lived this whole life on this earth. I've faced up against it. I've realized, first of all, it's not worth the things that it has to offer anyway. Second of all, the Lord's deals are always better. And third of all, well, you know what? Now I have the stamina for this thing. Because I've had to deal with the losing team. So I'm saying it's backfiring. And then when everybody has to catch up, listen, I know this is going to sound bad, but I'll just tell you guys the truth. I do laugh a little bit watching people catch up so late, especially people that were like, you know, not in their face, but in my own private time with the Lord. This is what we're giggling about. As I say, I'm always telling you guys, me and God are always giggling together. Right? This is what we're giggling about. Because it's like, wow, you could have done this 5, 10, 15 years ago, like the world I'm looking at. 30. Some of these people, these things I'm seeing from you guys that was happening before I was around. I'm like, and we still didn't wake up then. And then now you want to wake up. Now we want to wake up. But now you see some of us who've been with the Lord and building this relationship for the past 20 years. Well, I'm sorry. You know what I've realized? Certain things, if you didn't build up, if you didn't make the choice, there's only so much you can do to catch up in the short amount of time. Because there's just no way. It's like when I make videos where I don't really reference them and I don't really put things in the thing. Because it's like, how am I going to summarize the last 20 years of my life in a video? It's never going to happen. So this is why I make loads of videos. This is why I have to have all these different topics and all of this. We put in the legwork, and courtesy of you guys for bringing up so much resistance, because honestly, I'm proud of myself. When Jezebel pulled up and I actually conquered the spirit of death, right? I'm thinking to myself, I've been fighting this thing my whole life. And now she's pulling up because she's like, wow, she actually done it. I'm like, I actually did it. Yeah, she's actually did it. I actually did it. I did it. I don't know how. And I remember it was the week before my birthday that it happened. Well, not exactly a week. Was it? What day? It doesn't even matter what day. But it was the Tuesday before my birthday. And I just came up to the spirit of death again. But it's like so closely to the point that I could like taste the death this time. I couldn't just see or feel. I could like taste it. And I was like, this is terrifying. And then we conquered. And then it was my birthday. Bruh. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to leave that there. I've got other videos to record, but just don't go up against your enemies. Like, the stupidest thing you can do is become somebody's enemy. Because all it takes is if they make it out, then you look like the idiot. If they can handle it, you're actually giving them, you're essentially becoming a personal trainer. Basically, everybody and everything from my life, you guys have all been spiritual personal trainers. I've been getting free personal training from the losing team. And that's the one thing, by the way, these guys aren't doing. I'm like, if anyone you want to help, can you help me to actually strengthen my arms? Because I've got poor arm strength. But then they're too busy doing the carrying and all this. And it's like, listen, I get it. But like, listen, if you do want to help me with one thing, that's one thing I need help with. Because I really am bothered about my arm strength. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there, you guys. Because if life's a game, let's play to win. This is what I'm saying. Some of us played to win all along. And now, literally, whatever I want to do, I could possibly do. This is why I don't even pray. I just pray to the Lord, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Whatever's your will, because honestly, I now know that I can basically do whatever I want to do. Because I have him. So, rather than make it about me, like the world would, and run off and just have God do all these things for you and then forget about him, I'm going to press in even further. Like, God, what are we doing together? Because we got here together. So what is it that your idea is? So there you go. If life's a game, let's play to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. And I'll see you in my next one.